This is Wrap the News. I didn't watch this video for ethical reasons. And I'm going to tell you why. And it's because, according to the scriptures, you cannot cremate the body of a believer. If people don't understand how it works, and I'm saying it because it's a touchy and touch and go kind of thing. It's touchy. In the death of a person, the priest and the people are supposed to show a great deal of regard for the family of the deceased, say kind words and things of that nature. Try not to stress out the family and overburden them, right? And I know Chase Sinky don't know anything about religion, probably, and if he does, he don't know too much. This situation here, I wanted to step in, but in order to, I'm a foreigner in their world. They don't understand this religion. They don't understand. They don't understand a lot of things, and so we're at different levels. And saying that, and then trying to be respectful and have regard for the grieving family, we are not supposed to cremate the deceased. When they said that they're going to cremate James Sinky, everything inside of me wanted to say don't. But at the same time, my spirit can sense that it almost seems like they had over there enough of religion and religious folk. That's the feeling that I got. And so they don't want to hear anything else about religion after Jim Sinky is gone. That's the feeling. Whether that's true or not, that's the impression that I got. And so myself said, okay, should I just make a video and say, okay, we are not supposed to cremate our dead? Or do I just leave it alone? And after much contemplation and out of respect for the family and the deceased and everything else, I left it alone. But I'm not going to say it didn't bother me. It bothers me. And so I guess we need to learn today, Israel, the proper way to bury someone that died. I'm going to let you in on something. The soul don't leave the body until it is in the ground. I'll say that again. The soul of the individual don't leave the body until it is in the ground. Facts. And so if you cremate somebody, you put them in the fire, literally. They felt that. They burning. Their soul is in that crematory, burning for however long he was in there. He was burning. And I have to look at it as a priest, one way and one way only. God wouldn't allow this to happen to him unless he was burning off the rest of his sin. And that's the only way I looked at that. Other than that, I think I would have tried to put some input in there to halt that, because that is the deal. The deal is that the soul do not leave the body until it is 6 feet under, and the body has to be respected. The body was the temple. It's like if a person died in the temple, you don't burn down the temple. If that makes sense to anybody. So today we're going to learn the proper way to bury somebody. When a person dies, the priest come in. And we'll go to Matthew 26. For in that she had poured this ointment on my body, she did it for my burial. And a lot of people ain't gonna understand what that means. The priests come in over the body. It's just like the meat of the offering, for sin offering. It's certain rituals that you have to perform as a priest. So as a priest, we take, like ointments, perfumes, and everything else, and we rub it over the whole entire body of the human being out of respect. So the whole body is supposed to be smelling sweet, like a perfume or cologne, just a sweet smell. And then once the whole body is rubbed down with the ointment and the perfume, then the body has to be wrapped. The body has to be laid in a fetal position and wrapped. So the first thing is you got to do what? Pour ointment on the body for the burial. The next thing, you got to wrap the body. And he took it down and he wrapped it in linen, and that's the body. And he laid it in the grave that was hewed in stone, wherein never man before was laid. So you rub the body down with the perfume. You put the body in a fetal position. This is how we do it as Israelites. You wrap the body from head to toe like a mummy in white wrap. Right? And some of you might come across it in your reading. Some of you may have come across it and didn't know what you were reading. We go to Mark. And he brought fine linen. So it has to be clean, white linen. And took him down and wrapped him in the linen. So the body has to be what? Taken care of. It has to be perfumed down, rubbed with the sweet smelling perfume, wrapped in white linen, right? And laid in him a surplice which was hewn out of a rock, and rolled a stone onto the door of the grave. The body has to be wrapped in white linen and laid in a fetal position, right? And then you have to be buried with your forefathers, or if you don't have the forefathers, with the righteous, the believers. And his servant carried him in a chariot to Jerusalem and buried him in the grave with his fathers in the city of David. You can't just be buried with all these heathen at a municipal grave site. If you are at a municipal grave site, it has to be an area where the believers are. You're going to be with the believers in life, and you're going to be with the believers in death. Or you would have to bury the person, like if it ain't no clean place to bury the person, you would have to bury them somewhere on your property. And it has to be that part of the property has to be a burial site for everybody else that died. And fortunately, unfortunately, if you move, you're going to have to dig that body up and take it with you. And so, again, I'm just saying this, man. When you cremate somebody, they're going to burn in that crematory. They're going to feel all the pain of that fire. This is facts. The soul do not leave until the body is in the ground. Once everybody leaves the funeral, then the soul is turned over completely to the other side when the last person leaves. And so, believe it or don't believe it, it's facts. And this is why I kinda, and then it has to be straight up respect for the person who is deceased, and straight up respect for the family of the persons that are deceased. And we are to say kind words. So, God willing, people learn something from this, and God willing that if any of us die, this takes place. This is Rap the News.